Good morning.
Good morning.
It's day
Day six. Yeah.
Day 32.
No.
In cat years.
Day 637. We're still out here. No, today's day 6.
Where are we?
We're at Tyndall Frog Ponds, and we have to go just over 12 miles today to get to Vidette Meadow. And it's basically one big up.
And one big down.
And one big down. And the big up is Forester Pass.
Forester Pass is rad.
We're just about to cross Tyndall Creek. Here's a sign giving us directions about which way to go. Forester Pass is up that way.
Here is our first water crossing to get across Tyndall Creek.
First crossing of the day.
We camped, this is looking south, and we are now on the long distance approach to Forester. But the thing to point out here is this trail. It's amazing. We are really out there, and the few crews that come out, rangers, etc., volunteer groups, the other people who care about the maintenance of the trail. Anyway, it's really in phenomenal shape. Gretel's just up ahead of me a little bit, and we're now walking through 11,500 feet. And this is such great territory to walk in. Probably got about 3 miles before we get to the top of Forester Pass. Could be just a touch over. A bit more undulation in the terrain to go through. There's Gretel. Let me show you where we came from. All the way down in the middle of the screen there, that forest. What a great day.
We're here on the approach to Forester Pass. This little stream we are on is a place where we got more water. With every exhale we make, we lose water through our breath. And I don't know about you, but Curtis, do you sweat? I sweat.
I sweat. You sweat more than
I sweat, and obviously with sweat you lose a lot of water and salt. So it's important for us to stay hydrated for the water, but also to add electrolytes to our water so that we can get the sodium and potassium we need for our muscles to fire, and calcium for our heart to beat. And so we got to keep ourselves salted up and sugared up, because sugar we need to fuel the respiration to make our muscles be able to move us up this hill and prevent cramping. So yeah, pretty great. Let's keep motoring up that mountain.
Well, this is Tyndall Creek. Gretel's just crossed over, and Forester is up there about, let's call it 2.5 miles away. The last bits of snowmelt runoff still coming down. What a beautiful place. My God. All right, check this trail. Forester Pass is ahead of us, just in sort of the middle of the frame. This video's with the stick. About right there is Forester Pass. And got about another 2.5 miles, maybe just a touch more, before we get up there. But God, look at this place. Imagine the size of the glacier that would have been here. That is my wife, not a glacier. It's amazing. Look at this. All carved, polished granite. Let's go.
All throughout here are these tiny little clumps of low-growing flowers. The hardest thing to get on film is the little cricket thing that's hopping around and jumping from flower to flower. I will keep trying.
Okay, bye.
I'm sharing the trail with yellow-bellied marmots. Let's see. Yellow-bellied marmot. Dig in. Hi. Bye. Off you go.
It's not like the beaches of Cabo, but it would sure be refreshing. I'm not getting in that ice cold water. Well, as you can imagine, we're still getting closer. To Forester Pass right there. We're a bit over 12,000 feet, 12,300, I think.
We're on the switchbacks up towards Forester Pass, and we are noting the plaque in memorial for Donald Downs, who was a trail crew worker who died in 1930 at 18 years old in the construction of this trail. He had ignited some dynamite, and then a boulder fell on, I think, his arm, and it had to be amputated, and then he died of the subsequent infection. And so it's a true testament to the work that went into creating these trails and the ultimate sacrifice that some people made in order for us to be here today, getting up this pass.
Well, if you get a little vertigo for being on a trail that has no safety, this is the one.
We are just shy of 13,000 feet, and there are plants with bees buzzing around on them. And fun fact, let me try to show you. That's that is how steep this trail is. It is looking straight down.
One thing I wanted to point out again, I did this up on the hike to Whitney, is the trail work. Again, back in the 1930s, there was really no trail. Dynamite and hard work is amazing. You can actually see by the wear pattern, by the footsteps, that you favor the cliffs, the non-cliff side, the mountainside more. Just from a pure safety standpoint, you take one toe stumble here, can't be good. I love seeing you in these views. It's so awesome.
It is awesome.
Almost there.
That's the snow we've been looking at.
That's right, that snow patch we saw from way down below. Oop, don't mind that loud noise. But look up, look up. Yeah, look across. Whoa. Probably the gnarliest section of this trail is these last few little switchbacks. So crazy. Sweet.
I'm using these plants and lichen as an excuse to take a break before I finish heading up. Curtis, wave to the top of the pass.
Good job, baby.
Thank you.
Good job. Oh,
Falls over.
falls over.
Oh, I know. We almost did. We almost did too. Okay, we're at the Forster Pass, which a sign over here says is at 13,200 feet. And this marks the highest pass on the John Muir Trail. And it also is a division between two national parks. We have Sequoia National Park to the south of us, what we've been walking through, and Kings Canyon National Park heading north that we're about to enter. It also is a big drainage divide between two major river systems, with the Kern River in the south of us and the Kings River, and all the drainage in the north is going to go to the Kings River. And this Forster Pass is pretty epic. I mean, 10 years ago when we came up here, it was cloudy, overcast, brutal conditions. And
Quite a bit of snow.
this is really beautiful. It's a little cold, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're doing good.
Let me just spin this camera around really quick. So that's where we came from, way down there in the middle of the screen.
That's
where
looking-
all the trees are.
That's looking south from...
Yep, looking south to Tyndall Creek. And then we came up, and this is where we're headed into, which is down into the Kings Canyon National Park. So we actually, you can maybe see a little bit of the trail. It's pretty epic coming down off this pass.
You can see where the tree line starts up over there.
Yep, over
But
to
we got to get down into there. That's the Bubbs Creek area, and then down to Vidette Meadow a little further, a couple miles further south of that. So let's get going.
This place is unbelievable. Look at that ridge line across the way. Damn.
Okay, our first destination is this lake down here called Lake 11,158, which I assume is its elevation. And that lake is 1.2 miles away, and we're gonna start walking to it now.
All right, we made it over Forster Pass, which is right back up there. And we are now on the north slope. Traditionally, north slopes hold more snow because the lack of sun hitting them for long periods of time. The southern side, the sun hits them more aggressively, and so there's less snow this time of year.
Down, down, down we go. Switchbacking our way.
The view is so amazing up here. Looking down into the green is Bubbs Creek. One area that we can get to. The other is going to be Vidette Meadow, which I think is where we're going to try to get to tonight.
Forester Pass is just out of sight to the right. In the middle of the screen is 11,158. You might be able to see the trail meandering. Look at the color of this lake at the bottom of the screen. The thing with this trail, there's a lot of loose rocks. I gotta watch every step so I don't break my ankle. But curse it, because look at the scenery when I'm not looking down, that I have to stop every now and then to admire.
Okay, so here is the trail section that we just walked down that was built literally out of all the rubble and rock that would have been dynamited, chipped, and formed and laid in place. It's an amazing amount of work.
Curtis and I are not geologists, and we're just curious if anyone knows, how does something like that form, where you have that slice, vertical slice through the granite? Okay, thanks for letting us know. Marmots on the trail. Marmot. Marmots make me happy. Marmot cam. You're gonna be on YouTube.
You're not supposed to chase the marmots, man.
I don't have video rights. Okay. Love you. That noise is coming from a pika that's right about in the middle of the screen. It's totally camouflaged, so you probably can't see it. But they make that little like chirping alarm call. I'm getting there. Oh, and off it went. Oh, I'm glad I got to hear you. The trail cuts through these talus fans off to my right, making it very hard to walk on. It's rocky and slow going along this trail right here. Taking a break and contemplating how far our feet have walked us in just a couple hours from somewhere way up there. We're here now, and we're getting into tree line. So we're back
just above 11,000 feet.
To about 11,000 feet, right where we have some of the first, these are white bark pines that are growing around here.
It's hard to put into words, but look at this tree. That is a freak of nature. Just at Bubbs Creek and on our way to Vidette Meadow, but this avalanche damage here has just got to be seen. I believe it would have come from this mountainside way up there somewhere. And as it raged down this hillside, it snapped trees anywhere from 10 to 20 feet off the ground and continued all the way across Bubbs Creek and then up this slight slope on the other side here. Absolutely just massive power, these avalanches. Quite impressive. We are headed to Vidette Meadow.
I'm absolutely spent, but then there's scenes like this and it's like, oh my heavens, this is incredible. Gorgeous.
Unbelievable. There was a huge jackrabbit about 75 feet out in front of me. I walked up on it and it ran off. But there it is.
We just passed through this fence at the boundary of what's Vidette Meadow. We learned in the past that that fence is here as a spot to mark where stock can graze. So if people come in on horses from Kings Canyon National Park or for a resupply, the horses and mules are not allowed to graze in this part of Vidette Meadow that we're walking through now. They have to be on the other side of that fence that we just passed through. Here we are, just setting up camp. Curtis decided to toss in a line. Already caught a fish. Vidette Meadow.
Vidette Meadow board.
And there's our tent. Home sweet home.
Hello.
Hi. I'm spent. That was a hard day. Awesome day, but
Fantastic
I'm tired.
Day. Started at Tyndall Creek, which is where we had camped the first time we were here, but in a different location. Those frog lakes,
Frog ponds.
frog ponds. Anyway, we went 12.2 miles today up over Forester Pass. It's a long haul from Tyndall up there, but I got to tell you,
5.3 up.
But the down here to where we're set up at Vidette Meadow, boy, oh boy, oh boy, I feel sorry for all the people going the opposite direction, going southbound. That is a brutal climb.
Yeah.
So total distance for the trip so far is 57 miles. At the pass, we were 50. Yep, at Forester Pass.
So we came 7 miles down.
Oh.
Yeah, my feet started hurting, but I was, marmots, they motivate me.
Marmots and what are the
and
little...
we saw a yellow-tailed jackrabbit.
White-tailed?
It's a yellow-bellied marmot.
She's colorblind.
A yellow-bellied marmot and a white-tailed jackrabbit. But yeah, that was cool to see.
And a pika running around with giant pieces of like flower or grass or whatever in its mouth.
It was really cute. So that kind of motivates me.
Yeah.
And we had to get here today, so we were set up.
Shorter day tomorrow to get to Charlotte Lake to get our first official resupply, which is cool.
Yeah, that'll meet us by horse and pack, or maybe mule will bring in our bucket.
So we technically we should be there by 11, but we have until 1 p.m. and then they'll leave the food at a bear box.
Hopefully we'll meet them though.
Yeah.
So shout out to the people who built and maintained that trail today, because that was some intense rock work. That was really incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, and I had made a mistake. I mis-elevated the name of that one lake at the bottom of Forester Pass. It's like 12,258 or something like that, not 11,000. So
it's the elevation of
correction.
the lake.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing I'll say is we're here at Vidette, and when we were here 10 years ago, it was cold and rainy, but it's still one of the happiest days of my life, because that's the day my dad and our son packed up and met us here for our first resupply back then.
And your dad's friend Chuck.
And and it's one of the happiest moments. Our kid was 10 at that point.
It was great to see him coming up on horseback, and we camped out not too far from where we are right now, and the night started out really nice, and then all of a sudden it rained.
I was just so glad to see.
The three of us slept in that little tent.
Yeah, we slept in that little tent, and you know, that was 10 years ago. There's a big difference between a 10-year-old and a 20-year-old, and
yeah.
Obviously our parenting duties and roles have changed over the decade that's passed, but shout out to our kid who motivated me today to keep on always adventuring is his tattoo. So always adventure was going through my head today as motivation. So
nice.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, but I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope I sleep better tonight because we're at 9,900.
We're at such low elevation.
I know,
it's ridiculous.
gonna feel like we're in an oxygen chamber with all this oxygen. Yeah, so hopefully it'll be a nice.
Yeah, it should be a nice night.
Yeah.
I'll show you the rest of our camping area here. Hang on a second. Of course, I'm in heaven because there's fish there and there's fish down there. A little further back upstream, there were more options for fishing, but we had to get here to make tomorrow short. So I spent about an hour catching some trout, and it was pretty rad. So that's it. Thanks for watching.